I'm going to give you a different definition of the ego, and it will probably really help you understand your life and our world now. Because this is going to be a little different because it's a Wilhelm definition, one that I was given a while ago, but it was challenging for me to understand it or to accept it. But it would be really beneficial for all of us to understand it now. And this is the message. And it came through on actually February 1st of 2019. Blame it on your ego. We wanted to use that title to inject a bit of levity into this message to counteract the judgment you and others may heap upon yourselves. Your ego, again, is that protective entity you created that thinks it will keep you safe. Then, as you discover it is what has been holding you back, you judge yourself as not being aware, which is not the case. You couldn't know freedom unless you experienced bondage. You form these habits of thoughts because of what you accepted from your world or society. When you discover there may be an easier way to live your life, your ego tells you you're delusional. That is to try and keep you where you are. It does not want you to think you could just ask for what you want and receive it. Decide to believe it now. And that is exactly what I'm doing today. That's why I wanted to give you that. Think of this. Your ego is this thing that you've created in your consciousness. That's where we create everything. But it's also been formed by the society, by your family, by whoever else came before. And so when you come into the world, you say, I'm going to do something new. But then others around you say, no, don't do that. You're out of your mind. You're going to be delusional. Don't do that. And so you stay where you are. Or you may be so damaged, and we'll see much of this, so then you'll use this ego, what you think is the ego, so you're going to boast yourself. You're going to become so powerful and so big, so people will really know how powerful you are. While underneath there, you're really afraid. And this becomes another defense mechanism. If I can look really big and boastful, then people will believe me. Not understanding that inside, I'm still frightened. So we have to decide where we're going to be on that spectrum. Where are we going to move with ourselves? Because it's just us. And so today, I had to move beyond my ego. Because my ego was keeping me small as well. Telling me I couldn't do what I thought I was supposed to do. I had my 75th birthday yesterday. And so everything I thought about my life was completely changed. Which could happen for you when you don't allow your ego to hold you back. Or if you don't allow it to pump you up artificially, because that's the other thing that will cause difficulties. But today I'm going to give you something else, because today is the day you can change. Today is the day because the time has come, and you will see this all over, and you probably have felt it. We're moving through another energetic shift, and so you might be ready to start to really embrace who you are and own your life. And that's what I'm doing, because I have to today. But I'm going to give you some gifts because I want you to understand how valuable you are, what's happening in your life now, and what's happening in our world. None of it is accidental. So now you'll understand so much more, and I can explain this to so many more as well. We all do the same thing. We won't necessarily believe ourselves or what we're here to do, and it's a process of evolving which happens in our consciousness, and it happens over time, linear time. But Wilhelm didn't give us information that way, and that was the difficult part for me to accept and for many others. But we start to understand when we live, we develop new abilities and skills that no one has ever seen, and we understand more about the human condition. And that's what came through with Wilhelm. But you will understand it today. If you do not know me or do not know who Wilhelm is, that is the entity, the consciousness that I connected with in 1989, and for 36 years I have been every day receiving those messages and didn't know where they were leading me, and my ego got in the way because I said it couldn't be doing anything. Anyway, today is November 3rd, and I put together to show you the architecture that Wilhelm has described and given to all of us. And it's just showing the energetic changes that we're all moving through, and this will give you some idea. But this is a workbook. This is something a little different. I just took the messages for today November 3rd, and put them into a form where you can work with them to activate your consciousness, because that's all we're ever doing, is activating our own consciousness to become who we're meant to be. And we develop new ways of doing that over time. Wilhelm gave us another one. And so then what you will see is the Wilhelm philosophy. So people have wondered, what have I been doing my entire life? This is it. Wilhelm's quantum philosophy, a revolutionary framework for personal development, self-actualization, and spiritual evolution. And you will move through it and see that nothing has ever been created like this, which might have been, it's challenging for me to accept and for everyone else. But again, we're meant to create something new. Whenever we come into the world, we don't know how it's going to happen. But this was what came through me, and it was unprecedented. It's never happened. But you'll see everything in the document that will explain it, and both documents, as a matter of fact, because I'm changing. The time has come, and I have to move. And so that's why I'm changing tomorrow, and I'm completing all of this work to give it to the world, because that's what this is. This is a gift to humanity, because it causes any person to raise their consciousness, because that's all that's going on in your life and in our world. And so the document will explain everything. But also what I'm doing is I'm going to West Virginia in November, and I'd love for you to come to that. It's called the Channel Panel. I'll be with many other channelers, and we're going to be giving so much information. You can see it online, the presentations, but the workshop will be in person if you come there. But it's going to be the first class that I'm going to do, really explaining and bringing in the Wilhelm philosophy, because what it can do is change your life, and it could change our world if more people understood what it was. So I hope you look at this and view it all, because it will help you so much, especially now, especially today and tomorrow. Their energy is everything, and the way that you feel about yourself is the most important thing. And so now is the best time for you to feel wonderful, and I hope this gift helps you accomplish that. I'll see you soon.